Let's go! Hello, Larry here, and welcome back to Larry's Fountain Pen. And today we're going to be talking about memo pads. And what I have right here, we'll take a closer look. And this is the Memo pad, Japanese pad. It's an A6, and it has 60 sheets, memo size, and it's 105 by 136 millimeters. It's a 5 millimeter graph paper, and it has 2 punched holes in it. Interesting. So I'll let you get a good look at the paper, and there's your 2 holes punched, and it's easy to tear out, just like that. And both pages are the same graph on it. It's very handy for taking notes while you're walking around. So let's just say here I am walking around and I have it in my hand. So I would put quick little note, Larry, take the car out to be washed. So you're just walking around, or you may be in a business meeting or some kind of meeting that you need access to a quick notepad. And let's say you don't have your phone available, or it's out of reach, or you forgot to bring it, and you happen to have a notepad. Well, this may be a good little notepad to carry around. Let me cover it back up real quick. This has the flip top cover, kind of, I would say, like cardstock, to help protect the pad while you're not using it. The entire pad, again, I'll go over it. The size is 5 millimeter graph paper, as you saw here, and it has 2 holes in it. An easy tear out. It has 60 sheets, this whole memo pad, and it's easy to hold in the hand, and it really is very handy. And it's white, not a bright white, and it's got your A6 up here, and then what I'm thinking is the Japanese, their logo right in here in gold. So it's a real neat looking little notebook. And the paper, that's what I'm interested in. So I just used my my Parker, I'm sorry, my Schaefer with a medium nib, and wrote on it, and the paper did very well, as you can see. And I'll use a gel pen. See how that does, and that did very well. Well, that's pretty good, but can it hold the big dogs? We'll see. Let's get heavy on it. And the paper feels really nice. Nice and smooth. And that held very well. So I'm liking the paper. So this is, like I said, 60 sheets, and it's a good notepad. So where can you buy this at? So where you can find this notepad rather, would be at Bureau Direct, and you can find them in the UK. And this is where this one comes from. They got, in fact, these folks have all kind of neat notepads, memo pads, notebooks, journals, whatever. The folks have them. Also, you might want to check with the Anderson and Goulet pens and Gold Spot pens as well. Jet pens would be another one to check out. So there's a few places that you could look it up if you're interested in this, and it's really an interesting notebook. I've never seen anything like it myself. I think the way it's designed, the texture of the cardstock, and the paper is really, really nice paper. And I like the way it's set up with the 2 holes on top. I've never seen anything like this. So it's worth giving it a shot. Really nice looking memo pad. Also, we have the Rhodia dot grid, and they come in 2 different colors. It's the black and the black one, and then the orange. I've been using the orange one, so we'll just stay with this one right now, but they're both the same thing. This one has the orange elastic to keep it in place. This one has the black to match the book. So I'll open it up, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this cool little notebook. That's what it looks like on the inside. Dot grid notebook is 96 micro perforated sheets, and it has an inner pocket. And we'll go to the very back. Here's your inner pocket right there. And it's 9 by 14 centimeters, 3.5 by 5.5 inches. Clear Fontaine brushed 90G paper. So you got some good quality paper here as well. And Rhodia. It's a web notepad. That's what they call this one, the web notepad. And I've been doing some writing in it. Been doing a lot of writing in it. And it, very good paper. I haven't had no bleed-throughs. So I'm pleased about that, and I use this quite a bit, as you can tell. I'm always taking some kind of notes, and I don't always have my phone right there in front of me, so I just pull up my notepad, and boom, there it is. So there you have these 2 right there. And another one I'll show you while I'm at it is the field notes. And this is a interesting notebook. It says here, field notes. I'm not writing it down to remember it later. I'm writing it down to remember it now. Yep. And you get 2 in a pack, and you can pick this up at, well, I got this from Goulet Pens. But I'm sure it's Anderson pens, Gold Spot pens. I'm sure everybody carries them. And what do you say we open this up and see what the paper looks like? Comes well wrapped. That's a good thing. And then 2 in a pack. And this is how it comes. And that little slip here to protect both of them, keep them both secure. And we'll pull one out and we'll get to looking inside. This is a dark gray cardstock, says field notes, 70-page reporter notebooks, durable material, made in the USA. Double O-rings, 8 by 3.75 inch. Got the little bird, the eagle there, and FN for field notes. There's your eagle there, and you got your pen here, your ballpoint pen here, and your lightning rod right there. Then in the bottom it has a start date Then over here, well, down here's your subject. And let's open it up. Right behind the cover, you have your map of the United States with the different time zones. Down here is Alaska, then Hawaii. And up here just has this reporter's notebook is property of. You can put your name, check the box. And you can also put the company's name, address, city, telephone number, etc., etc. And it has a few other little sayings in the event of misplacement. If found, please contact, and you can put your email down there. Then over here, you can always put a handsome reward. There is or there is not. That's kind of cool. And down here, it tells you about the time zone. It has done me a rough page layout indicating the positions of stories, pictures, and heads. Then it has news hole, then the banner, graphs, and it just goes down, down, down with different things that it talks about. A lot of this stuff is like for reporters to do. The morgue is like a newspaper reference library. And then let's go into the notebook itself. The paper feels nice and smooth. And it's held together by this wire bound here. And let me go to the back to see what's back here. And here it has a little slot back there that you can keep notes and papers in. And then you have a fugitive report, dead drunk, blah, blah, drowned in James River. Just, you know, an article that is saying you can keep your notes back in here properly stored and safe. Keep everything intact. And of course, again, field notes tells you about the story of field notes. And then you come down here, and then you can use the common proofreading marks that they use. It's interesting. Would I ever use these? No. But I would use the notepad, yes. And have a saying here saying, if your mother says she loves you, check it out. Okay. Huh. Then it just down here has source guidelines. Like I said, this is a reporter's notebook by Field Notes. And it's nicely made, and I like the paper. I mean, the articles are kind of interesting to read if you're into that. A nice notebook. Fits nice in the hand. It's not small. It's not too big. It's not too fat. Right there in the palm of my hands, and you can write with it. So, let's see how well the paper does with ink. I have yet to try it out. So, we're going to use my Schaefer. I already love the paper. Really nice paper. And it's Field Notes, so we'll see how it holds the ink because it is Field Notes. And you have some show through and a minor bleed through. I know field notes, at least some of the other field notes paper that I have, it does bleed through, depending on the size of the nib and the kind of ink and how wet that nib is. But other than that, it is a really neat notebook. These notebooks are something that I would use because I'm always writing notes. And let's see how it looks on the other side. It handled it pretty decent. You do see some bleed through, but not so bad that you cannot use the other side of the page. So that's a good thing, right? So, is this worth buying? Yeah, it is. Let's try a gel, Papermint gel pen. And it did well with that. Yes, some bleed through, very minor. But again, this is not Rhodia paper, field notes paper, but it does decent. Would I use it? Yes, I would. So let's see about tearing this paper out. I'm looking for perforations and done, but they should come out right easy right there, so we'll see. And it rips out with not a great deal of effort. So, here you have 3 different types of notebooks. All 3 are very interesting notebooks in my opinion. I enjoy using all 3 of them. These 2 have the best quality paper. Field Notes is okay. Not the greatest, but then not the worst either. But I do like the look and the feel of Field Notes. And yes, I sure would use this notebook. Well, I hope you find my notepads interesting. I know when I first saw this, I was very interested in them. And I'm just now getting around to get to do them. But I have other interesting things that will be popping up soon, very soon. So, thank you for tuning in today, and I appreciate you joining me like you do every time I have a video on. So, that's it for today's show. Subscribe to the channel if you hadn't done it, and don't forget to leave your comments below. Do you own any of these notebooks? Let me hear about it. Let me know what you think about them if you do own them. Hey, thanks a lot, everybody. Peace, love. I'll talk to you later. Bye.